Hello, hello. Welcome to a green screen edition of TMI Tuesdays. I am your host, Tonk 7. Thank you for being here tonight. I missed last week. I've been very, very busy. And we started a little late today because I'm also very, very busy. Hence the green screen. I call it a great screen tonight because we got a great edition for you tonight. And so just catch up real quick. So I just moved into a new place and I was able to finally clean out a storage unit I had. And so I'm getting really, really situated. I'm really happy. And what was funny was I had the storage unit for, I don't know, like a half a year, I think. And in the past couple months, they upped my rate. And so as soon as I scheduled to move out, they sent me an email saying, "Oh no, we'll bring your rate back down to the way it was like 2 months ago." And I'm like, "What is up? Like public storage? How you gonna try to pull some stuff like that?" Like I was like, "No, I'm leaving anyways." But like this little stunt right here, But besides that, public storage ain't too bad. I don't know what was going on the last couple months. That was crazy. But what's today? The 19th. So Christmas edition. Merry Christmas, everybody. Is everyone having a great season's greetings? And has everyone got their Christmas lights up and their Christmas trees and everything else that y'all do? I hang up some stuff. If I hang it up, I'm gonna leave it up. I'm not gonna take it down because I'm always merry. I'm always jolly, right? So, who I got with who I got in here with me tonight? My man Shake Money. He's the producer tonight.
Yeah.
I think Cap is too, but he's always making it work. So that's Mr. Producer. I forgot what I was calling y'all in the
Sir
the
Producer,
chat.
and you're
Sir Producer.
And you're the talent, so
y'all need to make out now.
It works well. It works well. It works well. I don't even know who that. I don't even see Cat. He ain't even trying to show himself saying that.
If you want to get ahead in this game, you better start making some special time with Mr. Producer.
And who's the best? See, like this doesn't even classify as like ugly Christmas sweater because you can't call anything about this movie ugly. You know what I'm saying? Like I bought it because it was an ugly Christmas sweater thing, but it's not really an ugly Christmas sweater. Huh?
It's the cousin from Vacation.
Yeah, Cousin Eddie.
It's Eddie. Yeah, I think it's this. Yeah, his
Vacation
wife's
movies.
brother.
Yeah,
Dude's wife's brother.
Yeah, every time I see Cousin Eddie, I always think of Dan Mullen.
Oh, you did. It does look like Dan Mullen.
It does a little bit, no lie.
I mean, from I can see it. Interesting. Like the 2008 Dan Mullen, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Living in the desert, fucking being weird.
Really crazy past couple weeks NFL. I mean, these past couple weeks have been insane. And then last night's game, oh my gosh, man. I wanted to go to that game. I almost bought tickets to go to that game, and I'm glad I didn't because I didn't realize until this weekend that I had a big job today, and it wouldn't have gone well. And so I'm glad I didn't spur the moment buy those tickets, because it's a lot. It's a lot. Like those games here in the evening, it's a lot. It's a lot of traffic and it's raining. It's cold. I was just like, man. But
yeah, it was a hell of a game.
That game was crazy. Oh my gosh, that game
Drew
was
Lock, bro.
Dude, but I didn't see the beginning of that game when he helped block in the end zone. At the beginning of the game or earlier in the game. And I didn't even know our quarterback was out. I mean,
he was questionable all week. It was kind of like a game time thing. I thought he was going to play. No, he's I forget what he has. He's been questionable all week. But I thought for sure he was going to play.
And then Jalen Hurts is sick. I like that game hurt. Like I like seeing. I like Jalen Hurts as a quarterback. I think he's very talented. I think he's very hardworking, and I to see him succeed. But I want to see Seattle win too. And that game at the end of the game was just insane. Those 3 plays between Metcalf and then Smith and Jigma, and then the interception. That was just insane. And it was just, it was a crazy game. And the man sitting out in that weather last night, that weather is just, that rainy, cold weather is just so unforgiving. Like I'm willing to do it, like, cause I've done it, but like it's you have to be ready for that. Like that's a whole thing to sit out there in that weather. Oof.
Yeah, fuck all that.
It's tough. It's tough. You gotta dress like you have to dress perfect or it will not work. I've done it.
You get wet and you'll fucking get sick.
Yeah, you have to stay dry. That's the thing. They have the section where you can sit underneath and stuff too. That's
that don't mean nothing. You still had to walk in there to get there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but you can stay pretty dry and stuff. But like sitting out there though, man.
Yeah, Kenneth Walker had a day too. He had a fucking ton of the running back Kenneth Walker. He had over 100 freaking yards all purpose too. He was good.
Yeah, and Pete Carroll's 8-0 against the Eagles.
Listen, I picked the Eagles to lose this game. I thought Seattle was gonna show up and show out, but I thought it was gonna be with Geno playing. I didn't know Drew Lock was gonna play. The fact that it still happened was crazy. I mean, he threw the ball a bunch. He had 33 throws. You'd think they'd run the ball more with their quarterback being out and having a good run game and stuff. But he only had 208 yards, but it was enough to get the job done. It was a slugfest.
That game was just
It was a good game.
For the weather, the points, like, what was it, 17-20, I think?
Yeah, it's exactly what it was.
That just like that game was like definitely a Seattle in December game. Like outside, it's not too bad. It's just
an element you got to.
It's just a constant breeze of water in your you're just constantly feeling water.
Kind of like you're in like a fog.
It's rain, but it's not like Florida where it's like a hard rain or some kind of hard
mist
rain
off the mountains.
It's just mist and just like it's insane. But you know what? Like a lot of people, I don't want to say a lot of people, but I've had lots of conversations and people, when they mention the weather out here and the reason it is the way it is because so you have the ocean and we're so far north that you have like the northern winds and stuff like that. But then you have the mountains here that are just to the east of where I am. And the clouds can't get over the mountains without releasing all the water. That's why on the other side, a lot of times on these mountain ranges, it's like a desert.
Because they're too low, they gotta get higher up to be lighter, and the freaking ocean air is pushing against it, keeping them trapped.
So it's just like a cluster of just like things that can't go anywhere unless they release. But
cluster of fuckery.
But like it's really, to me, that's really beautiful. It's like it's actually seeing nature like happen in front of you, like seeing like chemistry and the water cycle and things like that. It's just like it's interesting because like I've spent a lot of time out in the wilderness, and so like I've seen the different layers and stuff like that, and been in the clouds and shit. It's awesome.
You see that Thursday night game that kicked off the week?
So I think I got some notes. I think I was able to get some notes on that game.
That Raiders freaking.
That was a crazy game.
Raiders fucking obliterated them, bro.
So
let's see. And Justin Herbert's out for
Mitch
the year.
Trubisky ran it in and then went for 2. Was that this Thursday?
No.
That was last Thursday.
That's the.
Hold on, no, this was the Raiders game, and the dude was smoking the cigar after the game.
Yeah, Max Crosby. He's hitting it like a blizzy and shit, dude.
I know. He's like, and he like takes it in again. I'm like, this dude, It had to have
blows
been.
on
It
the
had.
acid.
There's no way was weed in there. There's too many people there. There's
There's
no
obviously
way.
no weed, but Buddy was tugging it like there was.
I know. It's
And
like,
he's all
dude,
tatted out. Looks like he's fucking getting ready to fucking go rob somebody's shit.
Dude, it's like it's like this dude's about it. Like,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
like he
No,
comes out there
homie's
to do it.
fucking.
It's like he's bad.
Homie's
Like, I
real
don't
as fuck.
have an issue with it. It's just interesting to see, like, just like he's just. I mean, shit, do it, man. If like
I mean,
more
holla for
power
a dollar.
to you.
Homeboy had a hell of a game.
Get it how you live. It's just funny to
Yeah,
see.
get it how you
I've
live.
never seen, it's like we don't see stuff like that often where the guy's like, "What's up?"
Oh no, I see it all the time. I just don't see it from my football players. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah. Well, okay. Well, that's what I meant. I see it
Yeah.
all the time too. But if you're at a hip hop show, they go, duh,
Yeah.
people are smoking weed. In Washington State, yeah, people are smoking weed. But like, it's not weed he was smoking. But yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It is. I'm trying. Like, I've just been so distracted. I haven't had time to like concentrate on anything besides just like stuff I've been busy with, and so I didn't get to really take any notes. All right, so hold on.
They had 5 forced fumbles in that game. 5 forced fumbles.
Oh, dude, is that the game? Oh, what's his name?
Justin Herbert's out for the year now.
He's not. He didn't play that game.
No, he didn't. It was
he got injured. And dude, what did I say, man? I said this earlier in the season. I said his offensive line, dude, is getting.
They're trying to get the guy killed. That's what you were saying.
You're
like, why are they doing this to this guy? Put this guy away. You're obviously not ready for a quarterback because they're just getting him obliterated.
Just getting obliterated, dude. I was like, have you seen his fingers? Like, his fingers are just mangled. It's like the poor guy, dude. I'm like, damn, because he's such a good quarterback. It's like he has it. He has the like.
He's got some talent for sure.
He can be elite as fuck, and it's like the dude's fingers look like he's like punching walls and shit.
Looks like he's been a butcher his whole life and shit.
Like the movie Austin Powers when he said you're meant to be. He's a biter, and he puts his hands up. And it's like all broken and shit, all mangled. He's like your offensive line. It's not working out, dude.
Yeah, it's not working out. They're biters.
His hands literally get
Watch out, they're biters.
Helmets. His hands just like get crushed between helmets the whole game. Poor guy, dude.
So they what they figured they would do is they'd get him out of there and let somebody else take an absolute beating for a little while, and that was probably the right call. That was probably the right call.
Oh, dude. This guy.
They took fucking this fucking guy.
3-21, dude. Yes, I was watching.
Yeah.
This.
And listen, they scored 2 touchdowns in the fourth quarter when they completely reeled back. The Raiders hit them with 21 points in the first and 21 points in the second.
But that ain't got nothing to do with the quarterback. I mean, shit, dude, the backup still put up 21. Shit, I mean.
I guess. I mean, he had 3 touchdown passes, 1 interception.
Dude, if you put up 21, I mean, that's
21.
That's like a
no.
B+.
The problem was this:
like
there was fumbles everywhere, dude. There was.
Well, I didn't see the guy. I didn't see.
There was a fumble by on the quarterback. He fumbled the ball, and then hold on, I'll tell you exactly.
So who was the like the Vikings game when he like threw the ball and it landed in the guy in the I think that was Sunday. Who did the Vikings play on Sunday?
Vikings played the Bengals and lost to the Bengals.
Yes. The backup quarterback. He was getting sacked.
Jake Browning
threw the ball and it landed in the Bengals' hand, dude.
Yeah.
He was like going to the ground and he threw the ball.
Threw it right to him. Here, take this.
He's like, just leave me alone, dude. He's like, just leave me alone.
Please stop, let go.
He's like, have you seen Justin Herbert?
He's not trying to end up.
This season is the craziest season, dude. This season is just the most. It's like you don't know what's gonna go.
Oh, dude. Well, I'll tell you one thing. There's going to be a backup quarterback in a game. That's for sure.
There's going to be a backup quarterback.
Yeah,
and
that's right.
Dude, this chick I know, she posted this meme and it shows like a straw and it's like representing the dudes and it says like Dallas Cowboys haters or something like that. And the dude had like, so it's like, oh, to the Cowboy haters. I'm like, I said, yeah, that's nice. I mean, I could tell the Cowboys are in playoff form, right? Like they are ready to go. Like
nope, not really. Not really.
Well,
Buffalo beat their ass.
That's what I mean, dude. Like
and listen, all I know is if the Dolphins make the Super Bowl, they're gonna be like, well, the only reason Dolphins made the Super Bowl is because half of the AFC's quarterbacks were out. Bullshit. You know what I'm talking about.
Dude, there's so many injuries. This season is just crazy. I don't know. It just seems like it's kind of like 2020. It's kind of like 2020 of the NFL. Like post Brady.
Listen, it's
like the post Brady era. It's just a disaster for the first season. It was just a disaster because we don't have like a baseline.
Listen,
I don't know.
There were 16 games this week, okay? And 10 of them had backup quarterbacks in them.
Oh.
10 games had backup quarterbacks. So just listen real quick. You got the Chargers versus the Raiders. There's a backup quarterback in that game. You got Minnesota versus Cincy. There's 2 fucking backups in that game. You've got Pittsburgh versus Indy. Now, I know they're winning with Gardner Minshew, but he's their backup quarterback.
Yeah.
He's their backup quarterback. So right now, they're 3 for 3.
Dude, what's his name? My man, what did I say? What did I say 2 years ago? Joe Flacco. What did I say?
Joe fucking Flacco makes
What did I say 2 years ago? I said it, dude.
I know we were like, Joe Flacco's done. Here I
said it
2 years later, winning fucking.
Pull it up. Pull it up.
No, it's there. It's definitely there. It's definitely in the record. I will contest. I've heard him say this a couple times. He goes, I don't understand why people aren't signing Joe Flacco at backup. Where everybody's like, he's toasted, he's cooked. He played on the Jets. He was terrible. Here he is in Cleveland winning fucking football games. So look,
he's healthy, dude.
Well, he's what, 38, 39? Like enough's enough already, bro.
Well, I don't know. I mean, shit.
I guess when you take what Brady playing till he was 45.
But yeah, played every down.
Brady's the outlier. He's making quarterbacks think they could still play at 40.
Yeah, but no, Joe Flacco is, dude. Oh, come on. I mean,
not saying Joe Flacco ain't tough, but it's not like he's the size of Big Ben.
No. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying the dude's had plenty of rest.
I mean, yes,
he's had plenty of rest.
If you needed him for, say, the rest of the season. Well, here's the thing.
It's like getting Chris
Cleveland's
Paul.
got a playoff spot right now. Fucking Joe Flacco might have to be playing in the playoffs if Deshaun Watson doesn't come back.
I'm telling you, man. I'm happy to see it. You know what? This is why the XFL is going to be so important, because these backup quarterbacks are going to be brought back into the NFL because they played in the XFL. Like AJ McCarron, I don't think he's starting right now, but he's one. Like if another, like he's probably like he might be up soon. Dude.
That motherfucker might be coming up too. Well, listen, again. Let me continue to run down. The next game is Denver, Detroit, both starters. Atlanta, Carolina, both starters. Chicago, Cleveland, they've got a backup in that game. So right now, 4 out of 6. Then you have Tampa Bay, Green Bay. That's those are both they're both starters. They're both starters in that game.
Right. No backup.
Jets in Miami. The Jets end up putting their backup quarterback. I mean, technically, Zach Wilson is their backup quarterback, but it doesn't matter anyhow because the Dolphins knocked him out of that game, and their backup had to come in anyhow. Then you got New York and New Orleans. New York is playing with a backup quarterback. The Giants, I mean. You got Houston and Tennessee. Houston's playing with a backup quarterback right now. So let's see. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
4,
CJ Stroud concussion.
5, 6, 7 out of 10. 7 out of 10 right now. You got KC in New England. New England's playing with Zappy. That's their backup quarterback.
Yeah.
So there's fucking. God damn. I mean, you got Arizona and San Fran. Those are both starters playing. Washington, LA, both starters. Dallas, Buffalo, Baltimore, Jacks, Philadelphia, Seattle, all starters. So
Jacksonville. I mean, dude, I think he's injured, but pretty bad, dude.
He definitely does. He looks out of sorts, bro.
He's
He
just
looks out
not.
of sorts.
He's just not. He's just not been the same since
You know
he
what I
had
didn't
that
see? I
ankle
don't see the
injury.
velocity. When I was watching him and Lamar Jackson, they have a spitting image throwing motion. It is identical the way they throw the ball and how they maneuver it. But Jackson had so much more velocity on his footballs that
Yeah.
I couldn't see from Sunshine. And so I don't know if it is because he's injured. I think he is. I mean, I would assume so. And it's obviously affecting that part.
Yeah, I just hope he gets
We needed
better,
Jacksonville to win badly, bro. There's a 3-way tie in that division now.
Yeah,
Because Houston won. Houston won in overtime against Tennessee. So they got a win and a division win. So Houston, Jacksonville, and with the Colts winning against Pittsburgh, they beat the shit out of Pittsburgh too, 30-13. Those 3 teams are all tied at 8-5. Now, yeah, Jacksonville's got the lead because they've got the wins in the division. But damn, dude. But then again, it is one of the worst divisions in the NFL. But
yeah,
this season is insane.
Both South divisions are the worst divisions.
That ain't no lie. That freaking NFC South is terrible. And because
the Bucks got in last time with the 6 and 7. They had a losing record. They were in the playoffs.
Yeah, well, the Bucks just beat Green Bay 34-20. And I'll tell you what, I don't give a shit who's playing quarterback or what Packers. It's hard to win in Green Bay in December. That's just the way everybody knows that.
I have I hope they start winning more. I do have confidence in Baker Mayfield. I have confidence
because
I don't have that much confidence in the head coach, but I have confidence
in that division because I'm sorry that Carolina, the worst team in the NFL by a landslide, holds Atlanta to 1 touchdown and beats them 9-7. Are you kidding me, bro? Beats them. What? First of all, is that the most?
That's so dope for the division.
I'm looking at the scores, right? There's scores of 63, 30, 42. There's 34-20. There's closer games. Even 19-16, but it went to overtime, so it was a dogfight. No, Carolina and Atlanta, and now it came down to the end of the game, but it's 7-9. God, that must have been just boring people to tears. I don't know. That Baltimore-Jacksonville game was kind of boring too. And I'll say this about Baltimore.
Yeah,
watching them against Jacksonville.
I'm reading the comments right now.
I'll say this about Baltimore. Jacksonville, they should have beat Jacksonville worse because I thought they had some missed opportunities. Baltimore does not look undefeatable like I thought they did, at least against Jacksonville. What are they saying in the comments? Was it Michael K?
First, who was the one that said Josh Allen is the next John Elway?
Oh, that's his name.
Who's the old lady has more crabs on her mitt than viewers in the chat? Who's that? I don't know what he means by that. Who's the old lady? I'm the old lady?
No, he said your old lady.
Oh, okay.
Tonk, your old lady has more crabs on her mitt than viewers in the chat.
Dude, don't talk about your sister that way, dude. I don't know why you're coming at me. Dude, I kind of supported you too, dude. Like, I laugh at your shirt. Well, I laugh at the picture, not the shirt. Well, the shirt, I laugh at the shirt, but the picture is what I laugh at.
Don't talk about your sister that way.
Mate. She likes my accent because I don't have one.
You haven't talked in years. Well, if you want to know how she feels, man, Tonk will let you know. You want a Christmas card? Tonk will have her send one. Tonk, have her send her brother.
I'll send you some Everglades seasoning. She can show you how I wrap it on.
It's so salty. He's dumping it on there and shit. First of all, Everglades season goes good on anything. You just got to use it in moderation, bro.
I just don't think they have it in England. Isn't that guy in like Europe?
No, he's in Buffalo. He might as well be in England though. He's a Buffalo Bills fan.
Who was the guy that wasn't there like a European guy?
Oh, you're thinking of Kadeem.
No.
Yeah, Kadeem,
Yeah, but I know Kadeem. I wasn't thinking Kadeem. I don't know why I thought this guy was British. I don't know.
That's even funnier than he thinks he's British. You fuck.
And I know he's not Kadeem. I know who that. I know who
that's
that
definitely
is.
not Kadeem. You know that, but maybe you know.
Oh, see, look, who uses that term? Only British people. You're not helping your cause, dude.
Hey, you fucking. Oh man. Fucking asshole.
At the end of season 2 of The Boys, he's like, "What did I tell you?" I mean, he's like, "Remember what I told you?" He's like, "Don't be a cunt." It's a little kid.
Hey, by the way, you know how in recent years when the interim coach takes over, they win the first game, right?
Yeah.
Well, Chargers are using their first game with their interim coaches against the Bills. Chargers by 10.
Oh my God, Shake.
What's going on, Dolphins Thirsty?
Shake, that is an astute.
What to like bet?
No, okay, so the Chargers fired their coach. I mean, that's been a long time coming. He's a defensive guy. He's got fucking Bosa and Mack. They're both superstars. He's got pieces. He built his defense. They've built and retooled it every year he's been there for him. And his defense is fucking terrible. They're 5-9. They're out of the playoffs. They're terrible right now.
Well, Buffalo, they're it's at home. They're in LA.
I don't know. Is it in LA? It doesn't really matter because LA does not have the Chargers have no home field advantage. They have zero home field advantage. They don't have
Why?
It's just because they share a stadium in LA with the Rams, and the Rams don't really have. The Rams don't really have a friggin' fan base. They're just, you know.
And they won a Super Bowl there.
Dolphins thirsty.
I know, but yeah. What's up, Dolphins thirsty? But yeah, that's right. Bosa's on IR. My fault. But you know, again, that's just more. It doesn't matter. Their coach, it was a long time coming. But a lot of times when head coaches get fired and teams quit on you, like the Chargers have apparently quit on their coach, that interim coach, the guy who always gets that job, is the favorite coach. Whoever all the players on all sides of the ball, that's who gets the job. Whether it's an offensive guy, defensive guy, doesn't matter. He's the interim coach. He's the raw guy. And just the change of energy alone, the teams come up that next week when they want to play their heart out for a guy that they're happy it happens all, and they often win that game. If you went back and looked at interim coaches' first game coaching, I don't have the data on it, but I would imagine 2 out of 3 are winning. They're hitting all of 80% on that game for winning. And
as a matter of fact, that Monday night game, Monday night game where the Dolphins beat New England, Jim Bates was the interim coach.
Who?
Jim Bates.
Yes, exactly. And I mean, listen, we saw the same thing happen when the Lions head coach became our interim head coach as well. What's his name?
Dan Campbell.
Dan the Man Campbell. Yeah. And they were out there doing Oklahoma drills. They were going to have toughness and grit, and they came out and toughness and grit and won the game.
As a matter of fact, we gave Dan Campbell beat Houston for the first time in Dolphins.
That's right. At that point, Houston was beating our ass every time we seen them. And you know what it was? It was Andre Johnson who wanted to be in Miami, ended up in Houston, and would make us pay for it every time we played him.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, he did.
Yeah, he made us pay every time. Fucking Miami Hurricane was like, y'all never got
that
me.
Motherfucker, man.
And listen, well, dude, he had a lot of things to say about Houston, how that program treats its African-American athletes, and like it's a whole fucking thing. But we won't go down that wormhole right now. But yeah, that was but again, yeah, the interim head coaches, they win a lot.
Well, there you go, people. There's your fantasy picks of the week, brought to you by Sir Shaketh Thy Currency.
Thank you, sir.
And we got a bunch. We got a bunch of games on Christmas.
Yeah, I'm
gonna be at a friend's house doing friend miss or whatever.
Festivus for the rest of us.
For the rest of us. always for the rest of us. Is everyone? So it's on a Monday. I like when it's on a Sunday and we get the next day off. What is it called? What is it called? And where they view it as a holiday. What is it called? It's called
I don't know. Fucking 3-day weekend. I don't fucking know.
What are you talking about?
So, like, if Christmas is on a Sunday, some places will give you that Monday off, so that you still get the day off for Christmas.
Okay.
They call it something? I don't know.
Yeah. I can't think of the phrase. It's like viewing it or something. It has something to do with viewing.
But there is going to be some Saturday games, Thursday night football. We're going to have a full slate.
We have, Saturday games. That's what I like about December. We get Saturday NFL games.
They mix it up.
Yeah.
They got the Thursday night game. Obviously, it's the Saints at the Rams. Both teams are 7-7, and both teams are, technically still in it in the NFC with some wild card action right now. So it's a big game for both of them. Bengals at the Steelers for the early game on Saturday at 4:30. Bengals are, hot right now, but the Steelers could, correct things by winning that game, and both teams would be 8-6. Steelers, if they lose, it's gonna be trouble.
Mike Tomlin's never had a losing season so far.
Paul's got it. Floating holiday.
No, that's not.
Yeah,
now I'm not saying he's wrong. What I'm thinking of, that's not it. It's called In Remembrance or something like that.
Not bereavement, because that's like fucking.
No.
So then on Saturday night, that's that Bills-Chargers game. Bills at the Chargers.
When was the last time Christmas was on a Sunday or a Saturday?
The Bills-Chargers game is big for the Dolphins, because if the Dolphins win on Sunday and the Bills lose on Saturday, the Dolphins clinch the AFC East.
We're playing Dallas on Sunday.
I know, but we're playing them at home at least.
They get it, man. Dude.
Another good game on Sunday at 1:00 is Browns-Texans. Big lot riding on that game. Browns in the playoff picture right now with 9-5. Texans, still fighting in their own division, but in the playoff picture in the hunt as well at 8-6. I mean, damn, if the Texans win 9 games, what an overachievement by the Texans. An absolute dumpster fire of an organization ever since the Laramie Tunsil trade. And then they get this kid, CJ Stroud. Last year they fired their GM. They're a fucking dumpster fire. But last year they put in a placeholder head coach. They then hire, what's his name, DeMarco. I can't remember. Anyhow, they hire a new coach this year. Got a new GM last year. Start making moves, doing stuff, and draft CJ Stroud, and everything turns around for that team. Crazy. Yeah. Lions, Vikings, stupid. Nobody cares. Commanders, Jets. Wow, there's a dumpster fire there. Speaking of dumpster fires, holy shit.
So Miami has, all right, so we have the Cowboys, Ravens, and Bills.
Well, the Dolphins game it's not a primetime game, but it will be the nationally televised game on Fox. Unless you're in like the Bears or fucking Cardinals market, which nobody wants to watch that garbage anyhow. Both teams are out of it. Both teams.
How is Tyreek Hill? Is he man, the freaking horse collar bullshit. There was another game.
Marco Ryans, thank you.
There was another game that there was a horse collar that I saw. I forgot the game, but I don't know why that play isn't banned.
Horse collar is definitely banned.
Well, but no. Subjective. Still pulling the player from behind.
Oh, you're talking about
happened to Tyreek Hill.
Yeah, they're calling it. What do they call it? They're calling it like a collapse tackle or something like that, where they basically grab them and.
It's the same thing as a horse collar because it has the same effect on the player.
Well, now they're landing on their legs. They're pulling them down and landing on their legs to tackle them with their lower half of their body, and
it's bullshit,
getting players injured.
I don't. But as a player trying to tackle somebody, like,
yeah, how do you control yourself?
It's such a high risk. It's such a high risk way to tackle somebody.
Well, think of it like this, right? If you're running and trying to catch Tyreek Hill from behind, you're probably only going to get your fingers on him. So if you get him and grab, enough jersey and pull him back, that's like the only way to pull him back. Like, how do you stop that? I mean, there is some intentionality at times, but like, how do you even stop that?
He reached so high and pulled him like this. So, like, if you go to grab at his jersey, the bottom of his jersey is going to be a lot safer to grab than the top of his jersey where you're pulling him. I don't know. But they need to start training on how to, like, because that's ridiculous. Like, Tyreek Hill having an injury on his ankle is like, are you kidding me? But then when he was out, the Dolphins, like, they didn't look too bad without him. Put up 30, right? He didn't play the whole last game, right?
I do know this. They should have switched. Tyreek Hill didn't play at all last week.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
He didn't play at all. He or he didn't play in the Jets game. He played in the other game, but got tackled. And he came back a little bit and played some more.
I saw that, but he wasn't the same.
No, and they held him out wisely, and he almost could have gone this week, but he'll definitely play against Cowboys.
Well, it's like it was
outside of him really getting injured again and re-aggravating it, he's going to play against Cowboys. So expect to see Tyreek Hill in Miami against the Cowboys doing the Tyreek Hill show.
Freaking ridiculous.
Listen, to me, there's a couple of
that just pisses
can't
me
miss
off
TV games coming up in this holiday weekend. You've got the Dolphins at 4:25 on Sunday. Both teams are 10-4. Dolphins have a chance to become number one in the AFC with a victory against the Cowboys and a Ravens loss, which isn't out of the realm of a possibility because the Ravens, the other must-see TV on Monday, the following day, is playing the 8:15 game against the 49ers. Both teams are 11-3. Both teams are number one in the NFC, number one in the AFC.
The Ravens ain't going to win, dude. They're not going to win.
No, I don't think so either. But then again, you know what? Lamar fucking Jackson goes off.
I don't know, man.
I agree, but here's the deal. You could flip a coin in that fucking game because of a couple of things. The Ravens defense.
Damn, that's going to be
Lamar
a good
Jackson.
game.
On the other side of that, you could flip the coin. The Steelers defense, Christian McCaffrey. Brock Purdy is the most efficient quarterback in the NFL right now. He's got the highest quarterback rating. I think it's like 116.
He's
badass. Tua's second, but I'm just saying, crazy game. Those are two of the and for us Dolphins fans, we'll be watching the Saturday game of the Bills Chargers in primetime at 8. I mean, problem is that Saturday game. Hold on a second. What's going on here? Is that not going to be on TV? Is that going to be on fucking Peacock?
I'll get it. I'm not going to say how, but I'm going to get it.
506.
I get every game. I get every game.
506 hasn't updated their site yet. I just checked to see what the coverage is going to be for the week.
All right.
It does say Peacock, though.
It does say Peacock on fucking NFL.com.
Yeah.
If it's Peacock, I'll be hooking that up because I got it. I just don't have it in my office. So yeah, it's on Peacock because they're showing NBC for the 4:30 game. So you got to be a Peacock subscriber.
Wow.
It's crazy.
Yeah, whatever that is.
Yeah, I know, right? I'm just kind of. But yeah, man, some fucking stellar games. NFL just doing it best with the shows every freaking day.
Yeah, you probably do have a Peacock, dude.
I know that I don't really care what happens on Thursday night against the Saints Rams, but that's going to be a good game with both teams at 7-7 fighting. You know what I'm saying?
I'll watch it
I don't
because
care.
it's on. It's the only game.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, at least it's not a trash game. The team should be playing for something. Should be decent football.
Yeah, it's going to be good football.
I mean, if you're a football purist, it should be fun to watch. But what they've had on lately has just been, gosh, I can't even.
This season is crazy.
And I'm a fan of football. You know what I mean? It's like I like watching football, and I couldn't even watch some of it. I'd rather go watch a high school game on Friday night, man.
Yeah, some of these matchups are going to be terrible. I mean,
you know what's crazy?
Like the Jets Commanders game.
I was watching the Jets game, and the head coach. It's like, I don't mean to offend, but like you can tell that dude dyes his beard. Like it's
oh my god! I'm glad you said it. It is so obvious.
But this is the thing, right? I got gray hair coming in. I don't care. Who cares, right? So many people mention my gray hair, and they're like, "Oh, you got gray coming in. You got gray coming in." Okay, would you rather me look like the Jets head coach?
Problem is, it's obvious like, he dyed it that morning. That's why it looked like that.
It's like, dude, you look like
someone brushed you on. You know what he looks like? He looks like that guy with the magnet where you put the beard on his face or make him have hair. He got the beard on the face because he's bald. He's the magnet guy. Yeah, he's bald.
Like just told me Family Guy episode. We need a Family Guy episode where it shows him in a bathroom, like in the morning, getting ready, and he goes here and he like moves it down, and then goes, like he starts out as like, I don't know, some other actor or something.
He has like
a different person.
Are you talking about Robert Saleh, right?
Yeah.
Actually, Robert Saleh looks like. Sir, real talk. Robert Saleh looks like Mr. Clean came from a Florida vacation, all tanned up.
It looks like Mr. Clean died. It went to his hairdresser. But like, I don't know, like a Family Guy.
It's like Mr. Clean on the lam trying to hide out from the law.
He's like, he like takes his hair from here, like moves it to here. It's like a different person. And then he goes out. He's the Jets head coach. Oh man, it's like seriously, people though. It's like, is that what you want me to look like?
But I'm cooking on something right now. Give me a second.
We gotta go to Cracker Barrel and get one of them magnetic faces. Like mess with that. This is funny.
Oh, you know what I want to do? So on the Pat McAfee show, there's a dude on there who's like a huge Patriots fan, and he has like a banner that says Bill Belichick. And I was thinking we should freaking mail him like a pair of binoculars.
Hey, by the way, I said that whatchamacallit, Belichick is going to go to the Chargers, and a lot of people are starting to say that now.
Oh yeah, I mean, it's yeah, I mean, he definitely toughened up that offensive line. And if he, I mean, damn, I could see him doing real well with Justin Herbert. Did we talk about that already? A couple episodes ago, where Belichick might land as a place. I don't know if we mentioned the Chargers, but I mean, it's what's happening. So.
And by the way, my hot take for the Patriots job is Brian Flores.
I don't know. He's the defensive coordinator on the Vikings right now?
Yeah.
I mean, are they... What's their... Who just changed defensive coordinators? Like, who was the defensive coordinator? That was the Jets. The Jets defensive coordinator had a new defensive coordinator, right? Who just got a new defensive coordinator? Like they switched him out mid-game. I think
I'm not sure, but I know that the Eagles just hired Matt Patricia.
That's who I'm thinking of. That's why it was such a big story, because the game was here last night. That was Matt Patricia's first game as a coordinator, defensive coordinator for the Eagles, and they were talking about it because of the play that happened at the end of the game.
you know what's ironic?
The plays that happened at the end of the game.
You know what's ironic about that? The Super Bowl where the Eagles beat the Patriots, Matt Patricia was defensive coordinator
for the Patriots.
Yeah,
right. Exactly.
He's the one who lost.
Why would you hire? Why would you hire? You beat. You don't hire the dude you beat. Well, unless you're Nick Saban hiring maybe one of his, like if he hired Kirby Smart again or something, but that's not going to happen. But
he gave up 30-something points to Nick fucking Foles.
Hey, don't be hating on my man Nick Foles.
I'm not hating on him, but that
wasn't his first game. He came in as a backup. No, don't be hating on Nick Foles. He was like the who's.
By the way, I love Nick Foles. And like Let's Go to Prison. That movie, Let's Go to Prison. You ever seen that movie? Let's Go to Prison.
No. He was like Cordell Jones in the NFL. But yeah, so that was and I was like Matt Patricia. I remember that name, and I remember and I was like, didn't he like
Popeye.
lose? Didn't he like lose?
We call him Blue. I call him Bluto.
But that was the Eagles.
He does look exactly like Bluto from the movie.
Why did he switch? That's crazy to switch out coordinators in the middle of the season. I don't know. That's a bold move.
It is.
Coaches get replaced in the season too, but that's a bold
sometimes
move.
That can work out too. You know what I mean? Like,
I don't know. I mean,
usually when a team does that out of nowhere, well, usually I'm thinking when a team does that out of nowhere and it's a real decisive move like that, it's probably a good thing. You know what I mean?
You know? Like we barely got to 20. Like,
right.
It's not like,
By the way, whatchamacallit looks like Nick Foles. He looks like Dak Shepard. I don't know if you know who that is.
Yeah.
Hey, maybe they're predicting an AFC East team makes it to the playoffs. I mean, to the Super Bowl. Matt Patricia does have the most experience against all AFC East teams.
Yeah.
Because Matt Patricia actually, because think about it, damn it, our defensive coordinator, damn it, I can't. His memory is getting bad now too. It's contagious. But anyway, Vic Fangio was their senior advisor, and that's what role whatchamacallit was. Matt Patricia was to the Eagles. He was their senior analyst advisor or whatever, and ended up being their defensive coordinator. What kind of shit is that?
I went and saw that Godzilla movie. It wasn't that bad. It wasn't bad.
I seen the one that was in like in the late 90s, whatever. I seen that movie when he was tearing up Madison Square Garden.
You haven't seen any of the new ones?
No,
they're not that good. But the one that's getting ready to come out looks pretty dope though. Because just like the characters, like the other characters that they had in the movie were just such stupid people. I'm like, they're ruining the movie. Like, we came here to see monsters. We didn't come here to see these stupid people.
So, sustainability. Did I miss the segment, man? What you got for us this week?
No, I didn't do it yet. I can do it now.
If you'd like, absolutely.
So I was trying to think of something that goes with wool. I was trying to, I didn't get a chance to ask y'all of like a name that could incorporate wool and sustainability. I was thinking like wood, like turn wool into like wood, like WOULD. I don't know. I was thinking about when I was taking a shower, but it's not very much time to think about something. But what it is and the only reason why I know of these things is because I looked for them. And So when you do your laundry and you put your clothes in the dryer, I hang dry a lot of my clothes, but like tank tops and things like that, I like to throw in the dryer. So it's usually just not very much. But I wanted to find, I was like, do they have any type of like fabric, the dryer sheets? I was like, is there any reusable dryer sheets? I think I just Google searched reusable dryer sheets, and this is what came up. It's wool.
Tennis ball?
No, it's wool.
Oh.
You could buy them. You could buy them online. You could buy them in
Wool
grocery
balls?
stores. Yes.
And those act as dryer sheets, huh?
So it helps. So here it's really important to have anti-static. Like it's so bad. I'll show you something. I'll show you after. So
yeah, it's like that in Missouri too.
You need static help here. So when you dry your clothes, you have to do something to help with static electricity. It's so bad. And I was just like tired of buying those sheets. So that's how I found these. And like they say to only use like 1 to 3 per load. I put like 11 in there. Because if 1 or 3 is going to help, imagine what 11 will do. And they last. I've had them for years. I bought these things in 2020 and I still use them. I've bought nothing else. And what's cool about it is you can wash them. So what I do is
you can wash your balls?
Yeah. Oh yeah, dude. Scrotum.
There they are.
What I do is I have this like fabric bag. Yeah, 11. And I like put other clothes in here so that it'll kind of sink a little bit. And that's how I get them washed. But I mean, they've lasted me for years. And so what it is how it works is these things heat up. And so when they go around in the dryer with your clothes, they heat up and it helps dry your clothes faster. So it helps with static and it makes your dryer more efficient. And that's what I mean.
Heat up?
Well, if 3 are going to help, then 12 is definitely going to help. So
my balls is hot.
Great balls of fire. Like think about it. Like when you hear my dryer going, you can hear the things bouncing around in there. Like it sounds like a fucking tennis racket.
Yeah,
it sounds like a tennis court.
I learned from my sisters and my mother. They use tennis balls for like keeping like wrinkles out or something.
Yeah,
like does it help with wrinkling?
Smell like rubber though. That's gonna.
What I mean, does that also help with wrinkling too, or no?
I don't know. I mean,
do you have to do less ironing? Did you notice, or you're like color? I don't iron. What are you talking about?
Yeah, I do iron, but I don't have to iron clothes that I dry. I like when I pull them out of the dryer, straighten them out. I only have to iron clothes that I don't dry.
Well, that's how I iron my clothes. I just throw them back in the dryer for a couple minutes.
I don't use the dryer that often, honestly, just for like light things.
Tonk's like, no, you don't do that, color. Please tell me you don't do that.
I had to start drying because when I lived in Florida, I didn't dry towels. But here you have to because the towels will not dry. Like unless like you have your house really warm, towels will not dry. Like they will stay wet. So like I have to dry those.
Alternatively, in Arizona, it's like 5 minutes and you got a completely dry towel again.
Yeah, it's like they'll stay. So, but these things these things
even if you spread them out, even if you spread out the towel.
What?
Like I usually,
you're saying
you think I'm gonna take it and ball it up and fucking throw it in the corner? Of course, if I hang it up, dude, come on.
No, spread them.
They don't get much. They don't get much sun there, Shake. Yeah. It's cloudy there a lot. Like it's a lot. It's like overcast all the time there.
I didn't get up because I was mad. I was getting up because I want to show y'all something. Yeah. So, static electricity is so bad here. Okay, I'm literally terrified to touch metal out here because
I was gonna say, do they have warnings on your gas pumps there to touch your car before you pump your gas?
What I did is I went on Amazon. I found so many things in my life that have made a huge difference in my life because I searched for it. I had no idea something like this existed until I searched for it. I just went on Amazon and I said anti-static device.
What is it? Anti-static wrist strap? Is that what that is?
No, what I do is I push it, I touch it to metal. I touch this to metal in it, and there's
it discharges your static electricity. Right. It's the same principle behind an anti-static wrist strap for a computer when you're working on technology, because that stuff is really, really sensitive to static electricity. Like when you touch a motherboard, so you got to hook up to that.
So I touch like before I go in anywhere, I touch fucking like when I'm walking up to somewhere, I start touching things.
Right. And like I said, in Missouri, they actually have warnings on the gas pumps to make sure you discharge your static before you pump gas.
Man, and I get it's a big burst of electricity, and it's not the shock that bothers me, it's the noise.
Yeah, and honestly, it's electricity and it zaps you, so you're it does startle you, I guess,
noise,
for lack of a better word.
I don't know, man. That noise it destroys, it messes me up so much.
Some of that stuff can have 20. It's a lot of volts, dude, in static electricity. Believe it or not.
I've tried to capture. I'll capture you're just on old phones, but I've captured videos of when I use this thing, and you see it light up. It brightens up real big if there's a lot of electricity. This thing gets bright as hell, and I was like, that shit was about to shock the hell out of me.
That would have been really handy for
I have it on every keychain.
That'd be really handy to partner with a static wrist strap for a computer technician. You could check stuff.
Every keychain I own,
that's cool.
I have it. It's crazy. I use it all the time. When I travel, sometimes I have just that. And
where you buy them at?
And just because at first I was like, maybe I should carry around a piece of rubber. I don't know. I was I don't know what to do.
That would technically work too, yeah.
I live in Washington State.
No, where do you buy them at, though? I'm saying, where do you buy them at?
It's called the De-Energizer. I bought it on Amazon.
De-Energizer?
De-Energizer.
Yeah, because dude, every once in a while I'll go to the grocery store, and I go to grab the frozen foods door, right? And I zap the shit out of myself, and I start cursing in Spanish.
Yeah, because I know it's very it totally
get you out of
whatever you were thinking of. Whatever
it makes sense too, because by the produce they probably have a bunch of dehumidifiers. It's probably drier in through their shake.
Yeah.
But these things are great. To somebody, if you're someone like me, it makes it's made so much of a difference in my life, because I have so much less stress, because I'm not concerned with getting shocked now. it literally helps me as in so many ways. So I met someone.
I really could have used something like that doing all the IT work that I've done. That would have been really handy.
I went to a social event for the industry I work in out here. There was a lot of people similar to what I am, an environmental scientist there. And I really can't go anywhere nowadays without talking about either what I do for a living, doing podcasts, or something with music. I don't talk about just one. I talk about all of them because I do all of them. And so, there was, I don't remember her name, but I gave her the link and stuff on LinkedIn. So hopefully she was watching tonight. But I know she was looking forward to it, because I told her that I do segments on sustainability, and she loves sports too. So she was really excited. It's nice to meet people who loves. That's what I like about this city. It's it's taken me a while. It's taken me years, but it's I've met people that really like the same things as me. It's just taken me a while to meet them. But the city's just, there's so much going on all the time. So it's, you meet people, and so it's fun. It's interesting. I'm glad I have this platform to be able to use and host on. Me and Cap started doing exactly this when we were in 5th grade. We just didn't have any of this to use. It was just him and I on the phone. I have not seen Bigfoot, but I've been to 8 caves. That's where he lives.
All in
It's
Washington State, or have you been around the country?
It's a lava tube.
Oh, I've been in a lava tube, bro. Where's that at in Washington State?
By Mount St. Helens.
Oh, bro, that'd be awesome, man. St. Helens is definitely on my bucket list, bro.
It looks like a snake went through the earth.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I grew when I was younger. Tonk, I got my mom bought me the National Geographic magazine issue that was devoted to Mount St. Helens, and I really got all. As a little kid, I got really fascinated and all into that volcano eruption. So I know a lot about it, but I've never visited the Cascades yet, dude. I want to get there really bad.
You got to go to North Cascades National Park and go on North Cascades Highway.
And is that the one that the rim that takes you around and you can see the whole blast field and all that?
No, that's Mount St. Helens. No.
Okay.
I said so. Mount St. Helens is at southern Washington.
Oh, okay.
Close to Oregon.
Okay. So what's up in north, like Rainier and all that, McKinley?
It's north of Rainier, where I'm talking about. It's this highway that literally goes between all of the mountains out there. There's a lot of highways that go between mountains, right? But this is nothing I've ever seen before. It's so far from where I live. It's so far of a drive. I want to try to go out there again.
So how long is the lava tube that you went in?
I forgot how long it is.
How long it was?
There's a short one and a long one. I've only done the short one.
There's one about a mile or two south of the base of Humphreys Peak in Flagstaff that I visited.
Have you seen the movie?
It was like 3/4 of a mile down into the earth.
Yeah,
and it dead ended at a hot spot. So like the top of it was nice and cool because it was late. It was fall in Arizona and Flagstaff, and then like you go down in it, and by the time you get to the dead end, you can actually feel the temperature rise. Like you can feel the warmth on the wall from from it being heated up from the lava. That's like not far. It's not right there, but it's enough to warm up the wall. You know what I mean?
You feel that? That's death. Okay.
I know, right? And you can't see nothing, bro. If you don't bring like a couple lights and extra batteries, bro, you can
Yeah.
Well, yeah. That was the first one that I went like tube like that I went in. That was like complete pitch like that.
So this one, I actually tried to climb in there as far as I could go because the dead ends, it's like tapered, like dead ends like this.
Okay.
And I didn't know that. So
see, this one opened up into like a kind of a big, auditorium area.
I tried to climb in there. Like I climbed up this area and I climbed into this other area and I tried to climb in there, but it just dead ended. Because every time I asked somebody what was on the other side, they were like, I don't know. So I was like, well, I'm gonna go try to find out.
And there were spots we had to crawl through that were like, you're talking about 4-foot gap. You know what I mean? And you're in pitch dark, bro. So you're like, you know what I mean? Like you're squeezing through stuff and you can't even see, man. It's crazy.
Caves are like my favorite thing ever. I've been in a bunch of caves. Tennessee has the best caves you could ever.
Well, I have done two other caves, but that was the only lava tube I've probably been in
probably like 3 or 4 caves in Tennessee.
Mm-hmm.
And
it
just really shows you like. Because like when you're really far in a cave, if you're on a cave on like a level ground and if there was light, you could see really far. Like picture like you're in an area and you can see really far. So there's no light, but you can still see really far. You just can't see anything because there's no light.
Right.
But what's interesting is you can see the entrance of the cave. This cave we were in. It looked to be about this big, but we were really, really far away.
Right.
The entrance. So it's like, I was like, I can see. Is that the? They're like, I was like, is that the entrance? It was like really tiny. It got bigger
light at the end of the tunnel. Is that the light at the end of the tunnel?
It was like this little tiny thing, and like, man, yeah, caves are.
Well, Tonk. Now that I'm actually thinking about it, like. I've actually been in a few, including the lava tube. I've been in 5 now that I think about it. 2 in Arizona and 2 in Missouri.
They have some
plus the lava tube in Flagstaff.
I mean, it was in Tennessee. Yeah, I've been in a lot of caves, but only in 2 states, Tennessee and Washington.
Same with me, Arizona and Missouri for me.
The movie Dante's Peak was filmed at Mount St. Helens.
Yeah, that's right.
Like I didn't realize that until like 3 years ago when the movie was on, and it's.
So there's Colossal Cave in southern Arizona.
That's Mount St. Helens.
Right? In southern Arizona, there's Colossal Cave and Karchner Caverns. And then in Missouri, I've been to Merrimack Caverns and Onondaga Caverns. The Onondaga Cave, that one's actually state run, like protected and all that.
Yeah, I've been to Moab, Utah.
Oh, I've been to Moab.
I didn't go. I didn't have time to really go in anywhere. And you know what was crazy? When I was out there, I live in Seattle, Washington. Dayton. Oh, Dayton. Hold on, Dayton. I know. I've been to Dayton. Yeah. Wall. I don't know if I've been to a lot of places out here, but only like a couple times. So I don't remember exactly but I know I've been to Dayton.
Yeah, we took a rafting trip from down the Green River a canoe trip down the Green River from Colorado to Utah. We pulled out in Moab, like that was the end of our.
When I was in Moab, because when I moved across the United States, I kept my bicycle in the very back of my moving truck. So that way, wherever I went, I could grab my bike real quick and ride around. So I went to Moab, Utah, and I went riding around the desert out there. Mm-hmm. But I always made sure I could see my vehicle at all times. Like I went
lots of breweries there, man, in Moab. Like the type of breweries with like restaurants and all that, like the Bison Burger
nobody
brewery.
Goes to Utah for drinks. It's 0.04%.
Right.
And then, you're allowed to go
micro breweries was the name the word I was looking for.
All right. So what was I saying? When I was out there,
and you can't smoke it.
Look what I did. Look what I did.
Oh my God. I made
it into a thumbnail. I made it into a thumbnail.
I knew you were gonna do that.
Yeah, dude, I couldn't let that opportunity pass me up. That shit's funny as hell. That is hilarious, dude. Because you know what? I remember thinking it when I saw him in the game. I was like, damn, dude,
you gotta do something about that, man.
Dyed your beard a couple days earlier or something,
damn, dude.
Not the morning.
It's kind of like a mixture between that guy and Mr. Potato Head, bro.
I mean, dude, it's uncanny.
By the way, Mr. Potato Head is no longer Mr. Potato Head. They don't sell both of them. It's just Potato Head.
Yeah, he's just Potato Head now.
And they act like it was. But they act like it was because of the whole new paradigm and all that, when in actuality they can double sales because they only have to produce one box now. You know what I mean?
Only producing one box, just with different accessories.
Exactly. There's no Mrs. Potato Head anymore.
Hey, well, there you go. There you go, woke. There you go.
Yeah, woke is killing us again.
That one, you can have that one.
Well, there's those that believe in it, and there's those that are walking on the coattails of it. Like, if we could sell Potato Head and only have to produce one box, you know what I mean?
We made a change, but like it turned out to be a really, really, really good thing.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Like, well, while we're at it, let's go ahead and make money.
So listen to this. This is funny. So I tried to get my grandpa a phone in his room, and I had a lot of trouble doing that because of the people that I had to deal with. Not the people that operate where he lives, other people that I have to deal with my grandfather. So I sent the phone to him in the mail. These people got the phone. They sent it back to me, and doesn't matter the reason why, they didn't give him the phone. So what I did was I got another way around it, and I got a phone in his room. And where was I going with that?
I don't know.
I was actually following pretty good, and I don't know.
Hold on, where was I going with that though?
Maybe about the
something about Robert.
Okay. So
there you go.
So no, you just said that Oh, so all right. So when they took Mr. Potato Head and they got rid of Mrs. Potato Head, they said just Potato Head, right?
Well, now all the Mr. and Mrs. Potato Heads are collected.
And then we led into how it worked out to be a good thing because they can make more money, right?
Right. So it turned out to be a good thing because it was more sustainable. They only had to sell one thing now.
Oh, that too. There's
so
less boxes to throw away, right?
At the time, it was a really I don't want to say crappy, but it was a challenging thing that they overcame or whatever, right? So what's funny is the phone that I originally sent that got sent back to me, I had pre-numbers set so that all my grandpa would have to do was just press a button to call me. But he has to press 9 first in order to call out. So since the people sent me back the phone, they didn't send it to me back for a good reason. But it actually turned out to be a good reason because now I can reset the phone to have the 9. So, it was a really crazy bunch of drama why I got the phone sent back to me. But at the end of the day, I benefit from it because I can now customize it even more so that he still only has to press one button to call me.
Right.
But so when I was in Moab, Utah,
no smoking in public, by the way.
I was riding around and I ran into a group of people and I just started talking to them. And they were like, take your bike and go ride way out that way. I'm like, are you crazy? You mean way out in the desert alone? I was like, I'll end up with that one guy. Help, my arm is stuck. and so they start laughing and they're like, we know that guy. I was like, really?
Yeah, they probably all do.
Hey, dude, that guy that got stuck and got his head, he had to cut his arm. They said that he was the most audacious, overbearing, he would be knocking boulders down and rocks.
Oh, he's
down.
one of those idiots you see out there. Right. He's one of those he's one of those idiots out there you see on the cracked ledge of rock to get a picture of himself looking like Superman, right?
It's like they knew a matter of time that something bad was going to happen to that guy, and it didn't. It was so funny because it's like if I wouldn't have made that joke, they wouldn't have told me that they knew him.
Wow, that's hilarious. It's a tight-knit community out there, bro, and you between the hikers and the river rafters and the, you know what I mean, the skiers.
There was nothing, and then there was a group of people.
Yeah, they all know each other, brother, because every one of them partake in all the seasonal sports out there, and they're all guides and shit, you know?
I fit in everywhere I go, so all I have to do is make a joke, and I'm part of it. That's what I do.
Well, they're really cool people in the Southwest, man. All them people out there, Arizona, Utah, Colorado, they're all so laid back. Yeah. Much more laid back than Berkeley.
Tijuana's dope. Yo, the freaking soccer. Okay, we're going to have the FIFA World Cup. We're going to have it Mexico, United States, and Canada. We need to go to a game in Mexico and or Canada. I'm more likely to go to both because I live closer over.
I think
both.
There's going to be one in Brazil or some shit that the Dolphins are going to be in.
That's a football game. So to go to Brazil, you have to. So I don't know how they're going to do it with that, but you have to have a green card.
Remember, also, no more sanctions in Cuba. We could have a game in Cuba too. But that'd be a huge for the Dolphin community, man. Huge.
God. Huge. You know how many people would take their boat and go to that game? Dude, imagine how many people
if the political winds just shift the right way, you never know. There one day, you never know.
That would be dope. I think that would be absolutely amazing. So to go to Brazil though, it's not that easy. It's pretty difficult to go to Brazil. Because I was looking at going there and it's a lot of work. But Mexico, it's not. And Canada's pretty strict too, but not the way Brazil is. It's like a whole thing with Brazil. It's not Canada's strict because they're just strict, but you don't have to have a green card to go into Canada. But yeah, we're gonna have FIFA games all over the United States too. I'm pretty sure, and then some in Mexico. And then we're trying to do next year. We're trying to do where we go to a cheap ass game, right? Another city.
Fucking right, dude. We're all over that bitch. We're finding out when the
We're gonna
schedule comes
we're
out.
gonna go
I'm
to a
already
game. We're
thinking
gonna
of,
pay
dude.
$10.
I'm already
They're
thinking of
playing
the. I'm already
Arizona.
thinking of
We're
the
on it.
marketing angle of this Cuba game, bro. Like you could have NBC Sunday Night Football there and call it Havana Nights Football.
And you know what else too? After the game, you can go watch fucking cockfights and shit and throw down some money.
Oh,
And
bro.
It's like
Hey, whatever, dude. I fucking hung out with tons
I
of
don't know,
small
man.
ladies
What
Cuban, and
are
I
they
got
gonna do? Pick them up in a freaking 1959 Chevrolet? Like,
fucking ciders or whatever the fuck it's called. Yeah, fucking right.
I mean, you never know. They might have some of our football players out there fighting each other, man. You never know.
Right. Hey, listen, I'd be game. I want it.
you know, I had a friend of mine who's a
We could
pilot.
resolve. I'm sorry, Tom. We could resolve all these Twitter battles too, right there in Cuba, man.
I have a friend of mine who's a pilot, and she flew somebody to Cuba for the funeral of Fidel Castro. She went to the funeral.
Why would somebody do that?
What do you mean?
I can't say. I don't think I'd frequent Castro's funeral
I'm
myself.
not. This isn't pro Fidel. I'm saying, imagine going to something like that for work.
I mean, I got you. Right. Or if it was a family member,
Just like I know, but
yeah.
like that figure, you know, that's something historical. You know, I mean, if you
I got you. I got you. I got you.
Like,
I got you. It's the event. It's more than the man. Yeah, I got you. It's kind of like it's kind of like Tonk. I did some. We did a laptop refresh in a undescript U.S. Attorney's office that I was with a company I was working for, and the attorney that was in that office happened to be the guy that we sent over to Iraq to prosecute Saddam Hussein on our behalf for our interests.
Damn.
And he had like a bunch of newspaper clippings on the wall. I'm like, what's up with this? And the secretary told me all about it. I'm like, wow, this office right here in this place. Who knew? You know?
I saw the video.
The guy's office has to be somewhere. You know what I mean? It just happened to be there. You know.
I know a guy that was in the Marines, and he leaked a video of when they hung Saddam Hussein. That's crazy. I saw it live. It was a long time ago.
Yeah, they ain't got no FCC over in Iraq, do they? They're just like, whatever, here you go.
What year?
Yeah, they tried their best to hide it for a while.
What year was that?
God, I forgot now,
2006,
dude.
2007.
Yeah.
When he was finally on trial. Yeah.
It's right after.
Like 2007, I think.
Obama got Osama. Bush ended up getting Saddam before he left office, right?
Right.
Right. So it would have been like right at the end of Bush's term, I think. So it'd be 07, I want to say. Yeah.
Yeah, I just started college. Yeah. That was crazy. Watching that?
Yeah, I just got divorced.
That's crazy.
The bitch.
The bitch.
Just another winter edition. It's nice, and man, I got my front porch cleaned up, looking good today. Did a bunch of blower door testing today. I got so efficient, like I had to do a multifamily unit, and I had to do what's called a blower door test, and it shows how much air gets into the house per hour at worst case. So I had to test, like, I don't know, 20, 30 units. And I got so like efficient with how I moved the equipment around and just connecting things and doing that. It was pretty dope. It's like, it's pretty dope. Cause I don't do that too often, where I do something, a lot of it really fast and repetitious, you know, like a chain, like a line job kind of thing. So like when I do get to do it, I try to like find, invent ways to be more efficient at it. It's pretty interesting, especially when I had to carry my equipment. Cause like sometimes the elevator don't work and I got to carry my equipment up 8 flights of stairs.
I'd be throwing that shit out the window on my way
so
down.
Like, it's like, this is what I got. This is just the start. But besides that, that's like the hardest part. So I do that first. I take chill for a minute, and then I start doing my thing. But like I got so fast with like my equipment that I'm pretty quick. So it makes it a lot easier on me when I have days like that where I got to carry it up that far. Because, like, you know, I'm not going to just powerhouse it and just go 8 flights of stairs, carry it. Like, I go one.
My ass will rope the shit. My ass will rope the shit down the window, man.
Because you can't, like, you'll get one, like, dude. Because when I'm trying to test 30 units in one day, like, I got to pace myself. Like, that's a lot. It's a lot. Because in like, if things fail, I got to investigate. It's just a lot. But I have hiked, dude. I climbed to the top of Mount Hood by myself. Like I have videos that I show all the time.
Is that north in the northern area also?
Of Oregon. It's south of Mount St. Helens. I
climbed
to the very top.
So the Cascades stretch across into Oregon as well?
Yes, they go all the way into Canada. Well, obviously, but they go.
It's a pretty long mountain range.
Into California too. So in 2019, I climbed all the way to the top of Mount Hood by myself.
I was like 16 years old when I climbed to the first to the top of my first Mount Hood.
11,000 is that one okay?
Well, so what I was like when I got really, really, really high up there was nobody up there. There was just me, and then I saw this dude coming up. And he was just walking up the mountain like, like, dude, just walking up the mountain like this. Like, I'm like, this guy's going to catch up to me and pass me. And he caught up to me. And I said, yo, how high are we? He said 11,000. Where is this? I don't know. I have it on here somewhere. It's like one of my favorite videos
11,000 is pretty high.
I was like, so like when I got up there, I set up my tripod. And I just filmed myself just horsing around. Oh, no, this was in August. I'm looking in July right now. It was right before I left Oregon and moved up to Seattle. And I brought my tripod with me, so I set it up. And I was able to get like a video of like the clouds. Because, I mean, these are like legit clouds, like big-ass clouds going through. And like they came through and I just stood there. Oh, here we go.
Yeah, 11,000. Think about it. If you go up 3 more times, you'd be at the top of Mount Everest.
This stupid background.
That's 29,000.
This stupid background is. Oh, here we go. So there's me like horsing around in this big ass rock. I'll find another way to show y'all, but it was dope. But yeah, it's
yeah, that's like being up on the Continental Divide in Colorado.
What's interesting about doing it is I took a gondola up some of the way. They wouldn't let me take up a second gondola because I wasn't a snowboarder. So that helped a lot too, getting some help like to go up. Because like when you're trying to go up a mountain, you're literally going really far in too. Because mountains go in. So like you're really high up, but you're also like miles inward too.
Right.
So it's a lot.
Pythagorean theorem there, Tonk. It's the Pythagorean theorem there. Right.
It is in person. And what's interesting is like the way that when the ice melts, when the snow melts in the summertime, the way that the mountain still is formed, it's like it wants you to climb it. I had no problem climbing the mountain, besides just just tired from doing all this walking. But for the most part, it was easy. I had no equipment with me. I had one little pickaxe, it's just, I don't know. It was very interesting. It's like the mountain had its own pathway up to the top. I wouldn't have been able to do it the way that I did it if like the mountain didn't help me do it. It was not hard. I'm not up there with
I mean, it really more was like the snow melt and the rain helped you do it because that's what actually carved the pathway.
Yeah, but when you get up really high up there, when you're really high, everything is really loose.
Nature kind of nature kind of guides you to the top, bro. You can't really take the wrong route.
I had to like kind of climb and like it was crazy. It was crazy. The only thing
that's the same principle behind you can only like what happens when you get to the North Pole, Tonk, do you keep traveling north? Exactly. At some point you're gonna hit the top of the mountain even if you take the wrong road.
And I got really high on Mount Rainier. I was probably about 1,000 or 2,000 from the top. But
so what's the tallest in the Cascades?
Rainier.
Rainier? That's the tallest second tallest in the country, ain't it?
It's one of the tallest in the world.
I know that I know that Humphreys Peak
it can't exceed the peak of the Rockies. So the Rockies are like 14 something.
Well, I do know that Humphreys Peak in Arizona is the 4th tallest in the country. Even though it may seem odd that it's in Arizona, but it is the 4th tallest in the country.
It might be the 5th tallest for all I know, but I know it's one of the tallest.
And I think Humphreys Peak is at 14,000 something, if I'm not mistaken. It could be a little less.
But I don't care how tall it is. I was 2,000 feet away from the top. It's fucking tall.
Well, they were saying one thing about mountains. I was learning that just because there's some of them that are tallest, but it all depends on where they're grounded. You know what I mean? Just
right, or they're underwater.
There's some mountains that are tall. I mean, just because they're tall, it doesn't mean
based on sea level. Yeah.
Right. The tallest mountain in the world, I believe, is in the ocean. Is in the Marianas Trench, ain't it?
Yeah.
Or no?
Yeah, that's like 40-some thousand feet. Yep, which is the deepest, the crevice. The deepest crevasse,
and then of course, you've also got the opposite of that, right?
No, that crevice is where I met Michael K's sister.
Oh, where the biggest? You talking about the biggest crevice in the world in Arizona, the Grand Canyon?
No, the underwater crevice.
Right. Oh, I got you.
Right.
So real quick, the Grand Canyon is kind of interesting because the topology is really like an inverse of a mountain, and the natives there actually worshipped it just like they do their mountains because they thought it was an upside down mountain.
That's what I called her.
Upside down mountain.
Yeah, that's what the Grand Canyon is basically, an upside down mountain.
I want to go to Fuji. That's on my bucket list. Whoever mentioned Mount Fuji.
If I was gonna like
if you were to gut the inside of a mountain and flip it upside down, that'd be the Grand Canyon.
But yeah, I've the Olympic Mountains.
I call it the most beautiful hole in the ground. That's what I call it.
There's no greater place to be in the world, in my opinion, Crypto. It's like it's a whole nother system there, bro. Like all around, you can be in that whole system, the Grand Canyon, man. The whole complex, bro, is like a whole nother.
You're not even allowed to go to a lot of parts of the Grand Canyon.
I was pitching shoes off the cliff to try to get it on the branch, so I could have a memorabilia.
They see the Grand Canyon is a portal.
People throwing shoes off the edge.
Yeah, there is.
You're not allowed to go to a lot of
the mystics do consider there to be a magnetic vortex there. Tonk.
Well, you're not allowed to go to a lot of places in the Grand Canyon.
Yeah, they keep it off limits.
I mean, you get a backcountry permit, and you pretty much can. I mean, nobody's going to rescue though. That's the whole thing. It's like you get into some parts, and you ain't getting no helicopter.
Yeah, but I think it's a little bit more secure than that, though.
Believe it or not, I mean, you'd be surprised, man. It's pretty much you buy a backcountry permit. You're saying to the government,
I don't believe
when you get it. Well, when you get a backcountry permit, you're saying to the government, I'm exercising my right to be left alone and go out in the middle of nowhere, and you have no obligation to rescue me.
Nice.
Well, another civilization about 200 years from now will find you. perched over something.
I'm trying to have that happen.
The search and rescue party because
I want all
you never reported back to your
know
family.
who I am in 200 years.
200 more years, then they'll find you. They were like, "Oh, this is the guy that had that permit." Just have to be the guy.
And I meant to say, you don't get search and rescue. You get search and recovery is what you get.
Put me in a time capsule.
Yeah, they'd be in time capsule.
Look,
they'd be fossilized out there.
Well, that's one of the things when you get into talking to the locals around there, like the guides and all that. They start telling you all the stories of people that just disappeared.
They thought fossilized. I meant no. I'm just stoned.
Oh yeah.
But there is stuff you can't, like there's places you really can't go because like there's old mines that are regulated because they're dangerous and stuff like that.
Let you go there because it's a portal to another dimension on this flat Earth.
And it is a national park, so you can't just go walk up into the place. Yeah, you have to go through the national park entrance thing.
In the whole flat
got
Earth.
The eyes out there.
The whole flat Earth.
Yeah. EM's going to the Grand Canyon. You going to the Grand Canyon, EM?
Yeah, I'm telling you, zombie apocalypse. I think the Grand Canyon could hold every citizen in the United States. So
why would you want to go to the Grand Canyon?
Because if you go down in the bottom of that thing, all of the zombies in the country are going to end up at the east rim of the canyon and end up falling in and getting their heads smashed on the rocks on the way down. So by the time they all fall in, there's going to be no zombies left.
I'm going to an island. Far away.
If I'm going any place,
track them to the edge.
I'm going to what's that? The red light district in the Netherlands.
The red light, yeah,
they ain't gonna let you in,
Amsterdam.
dude. That country, you're not gonna be able to get in there.
You can't beat them. Join them,
right?
Dude,
Jake said he just gonna go get it over with.
The Netherlands will take nobody, dude. They will take nobody. They will put up like that. They don't even take people now. You know how hard it is to move to those countries up there?
Well, what if they're fast moving? What if they're fast moving, intelligent zombies? Then what do we do?
The Netherlands. Well, those regions up there, Finland.
Right.
Yeah, those are the regions I want them to
yeah, all the zombies that get stiff, and then you could just walk around and bash all their heads off. You know?
There'll be white walkers then. No, I'm going to an island, man. Screw that.
I'm going to the Mystic Caves. I don't think they can find their way in a labyrinth, though.
What? Who wants
they'll be suffocated?
Caves? You talking about zombies and let's go to the Grand Canyon. That's like saying let's go to New Orleans because there's a hurricane coming.
I mean, eventually,
they can't find their way around.
Eventually, all 400 million zombies will fall into the Grand Canyon.
Exactly. Zombies can go downhill. Why would you want to be at the
Because
bottom
they'll
of
probably
the hill?
listen. They'll
be
probably
dead by the time.
They'll stumble on something. No, they'll stumble on something, and their head will smash against the rocks on the way down. That's how you kill them.
How about the top of Mount Everest?
No.
You think they're climbing Mount Everest?
I'm either going up or I'm going out, but I'm not going down anywhere during a zombie apocalypse. The other day I was getting a haircut and there was someone in there talking about what they would do for a tidal wave. And
freaking water cooler talk. I love it. The American water cooler talk. What happens if when the world ends?
No. I'm saying if there's an earthquake, it sets off a tidal wave. That's something that could happen very easily here.
Well, yeah, what do you do for a climate
exactly.
war?
Like America can be affected by every single type of natural disaster.
There's this area called Marysville north of me, and it's real open and wide and easy. That's where I would want to be if there was a tidal wave. She was talking about wanting to be on the coast or in the water. I was like, no.
Claymore mines won't work on zombies. The guy's going old school there. He said the
Claymore mines, don't they have to step on it?
No, they can get sprayed by it. They get
they get they trip over a tripwire.
Yeah, it's a tripwire.
Why wouldn't it work?
Because the claymores fly up and then they fly up first and then they explode. So they fly up at like head level and then they explode.
Well, you want to hit the head.
Yeah.
Right.
So why wouldn't it work?
Well, it should. Well, I don't know. I'm just
actually
because of there. I'm just saying that they pretty much
Look,
already
we don't
dead.
need. We
Are
just
you going
need
to
to get the hell
decapitate 'em?
out of here.
Well, but that's how you kill the zombie. Crypto traditionally is you have to smash their brain.
Yeah.
In theory.
Right.
Yeah.
In most zombie lore, that's how you kill them. You know what I mean?
Or technically
Hey, hold on a second.
technically the only way to kill a zombie is to bring him back to life. Because the zombie is dead.
Oh, now you're just being too logical. You're just being too logical
hold
now,
on a
bro.
second. So first you're saying, let's go down
back
into
to
the
life.
Grand
That's
Canyon,
it.
and then you're talking about explosives. Have you ever been inside somewhere during an explosion? You don't want to be inside a canyon during an explosion.
Well, maybe I'll line the rim of the canyon with claymores.
If a zombie apocalypse happened, I'm going to Mount Rainier.
Well, not a bad idea.
Going to Mount Rainier, I'm taking the gondola up.
Well, you could do both. You could go to St. Helens and go into the lake that's in the crater, in the little island that's in the middle.
No crater, no crater, no fucking hole or a well. We're not going into a canyon. We're going up. Or we're going to an island. He's like, look at this big ass hole right here.
I'm going into a lava tube with a machine gun.
Fucking trench warfare?
Yeah, I'm going into a lava tube with a machine gun.
Rest in peace, Holly Jean.
Actually, the best way to kill a zombie is to make them watch The View.
Is to tell them to watch a cup of color.
Yeah, that's right. They'll be drinking my coffee and dying.
They'll be like, how do you turn it off?
No, I'm going in a lava tube with a machine gun, bro. There's only one way in that thing.
Yeah, and there's no ears out. You'll be dead.
If I had enough bullets, I mean, all I need is 400 million bullets.
And then you say a cave. You want to go in a cave in a zombie apocalypse?
No, I'd be out on a boat, to tell you the truth.
Or you could just pretend to be one of them.
Oh, you probably do a lot better, dude.
Yeah, if you covered yourself in undead shit.
We'll look like what's his name from Bill Murray.
Yeah, exactly.
When he dressed up, he said that he would dress up and walk around.
Dude, that's that's totally Bill Murray just telling the whole world I'm completely checked out on my career. I love it. No, but that's his personality though, Tonk. That's what made it so funny. That's how all of his characters are.
I mean, that's how I would get around. Like I've thought about this many times. I've thought about stuff like this a lot in my life. Like it's how I've guided
characters.
Some of the things that I've learned and paid attention to are things that will really, really help me in like an apocalyptic kind of situation.
Right. But that's, to me, that's the joke, is that most of Bill Murray's movies are really melodramatic. Like he's like a zombie in every one of them. You know what I mean? I thought that was the joke. Like he didn't really have to change much of his personality.
That would definitely practical Joker. That would be crazy. Like to dress up like a zombie and like go. I would do it. I'd be willing to try it.
I mean, even think about Peter Venkman.
To know the difference?
Think about the Peter Venkman character, bro. It's like real laid back and like acts like a zombie, bro.
Actually, what about remember the Kingpin movie? Kingpin character?
Oh, that was Randy Quaid and Woody Harrelson.
Yeah.
No, but Bill Murray was.
He was the villain.
Yeah, he was. Yeah.
He was the guy that cut his hand off.
That's right.
Oh man, the funniest part of that movie was, is it true you got those teenage girls pregnant? He goes, oh, hey, I pulled out.
I think it was for Thanksgiving, I was at a friend's house and they asked like in an apocalyptic, who could you had to pick like certain people to be with you. I said Steve Irwin, Bear Grylls, and what's his name from Walking Dead?
Big Earn McCracken.
Rick Grimes?
No. Negan.
Oh, Negan.
Yeah.
Dude, that's the last episode I watched. Was the very first time they met Negan.
The new show that just came out, Dead City, is not too bad. I'm looking forward to the second season of that. It ended really well too. I stopped watching.
Remember when remember when he had them all on their knees in the woods and he was about to bash one of their heads in?
You stopped watching at that?
Yeah, that was the last episode I watched.
Why?
I don't know. I can't even really explain it. I just don't even know.
You're like, I'm done. I'm done. I
liked it. I mean, I wanted to keep watching it. I just lost track.
We got plate tectonics going on in the comments. But flat Earth is real. Hollow Earth. If it's not flat, it's hollow.
Oh no, please no. Don't get me started, please.
Where Godzilla came from and King Kong. King Kong came from.
Oh, is that the lore behind Godzilla? They live in a flat Earth universe?
No, hollow Earth.
Oh, hollow Earth. Oh, wow.
Duh.
Is that why there's lava?
Tubes.
Taking a shit?
I mean,
what's on the boob? What's on the boob tube? Oh, just lava. Looks like some new. I don't know. Is it? So I know Mr. Haterade, Mr. K, Miss Fins, Eccentric, Raphael, Dolphin, Don. What's up, y'all? So hold on. Who was commenting about Eccentric Gnome? Do you live out here? You said you climb.
I believe Rainier? She does. Yeah, that's Liz. I believe she does.
How did she come across us though? Like I'm wondering how. Like, is she a Dolphins fan?
Yeah.
Is that how she? Oh, okay.
And also, I suspect because you were around when it first started out.
Yeah.
I think because your IP was connecting to things that it probably the algorithm probably puts it in front of people in that neck of the woods. Like when I was living in Missouri looking for dolphin content, I got shown on the fin side. Well, fast forward, I moved back to Florida 5 or some years later, and I didn't even realize that Brian Cat lives in Missouri. So I'm like, I wonder if it's because he was broadcasting from his IP. I was living in Missouri looking for dolphin content, and the algorithm matched us up. You see what I'm saying?
Because this is not the first person in the comments I've seen that lives out here, specifically close to where I live.
Well, we also have John from Seattle.
Dude went to the UW game.
Yeah.
So that's awesome. Thank you. Thank you, by the way.
King DTA is out that way, too.
Yeah, I think that's who we were talking about. I just think it's really cool. I mean, honestly, it's like someone around here. And I mean, shit, if you in the PNW, you around here compared, to me.
Was Kurt Cobain buried in Seattle?
I don't know where I don't know. I don't think so. What's in Seattle for Kurt Cobain is where he used to live. And actually, it was the site where he passed away. Now, the little area that he died in, they've demoed that doesn't exist anymore, but the house is there that he owned, and then what's right next to that is like a park, and a lot of people go and sign and hang out there
like a memorial.
Yeah. And then where he was born in, I can't remember the name, it's in the peninsula. They have like a little memorial there for him, and it's actually close to the bridge that he slept under.
Are they going to do all that for Hart when they die?
Hart? I don't know.
The first rock band from Seattle.
I don't know, but Jimi Hendrix is buried here, and Bruce Lee.
Kurt Cobain was cremated, so.
Oh, okay. But I've been to the Bruce Lee grave a couple of times, and I've been to the Jimi Hendrix grave a couple of times. Memorial. That's pretty cool too.
I used to have Bruce Lee,
and they both died in the 70s. The Bruce Lee grave, dude, is just it's constantly flooded with flowers. constantly.
What
Every
is it
time
with
I
these
go there,
people loading guns with real bullets and shooting actors, man? Like, what? That's like happens way too
that was
much
his
than it
brother.
should.
That was his son, Brandon, who's buried there too.
Right, but then you fast forward to what happened with Alec Baldwin and all that, and it's like that happens way too much than it should.
I
Don't
don't
you think,
understand.
Tom?
Why are they even
I
using
think
real
once is
bullets?
actually
Like,
too much, if you ask me. It's
I
like,
don't know why they're even using real bullets in those situations. Like, they have things that blow up that mimic like bullet shots. I don't even know why they have real. Like, if I was in charge of a movie site, there's no real bullets going on here.
well, from what I understand, with the Brandon Leaf shot, they were
That was a whole
using.
bunch of things.
Well, from what I understand, there wasn't a live round. It was the cap from the previous one was lodged in the barrel, and it like blew the thing out like a bullet. You know what I mean?
Right. It was a piece of metal that was in the gun. It wasn't a bullet. It was something from the previous ammunition round.
The
that
charge,
was lodged
right?
in
The blank charge, right? It got lodged in the breech, and it like blew out like a bullet on the next shot.
Yeah, it's it's.
But with the Rust set, it's like, how, bro? I think that's one of those cases where he was like half in the water and half out, and his celebrity mind was like in another world, like where he thought he had license to fake it and he'd get away with it, and then half of him was like, nah, and it just happened.
I mean,
so
I
he's
don't know
claiming accident. You know what I mean? That's like, I can't even imagine how that's even like. Really, people, you can make the sound effect. You don't necessarily have to actually have real bullets anywhere near that movie set.
Mm-hmm.
That's what gets me. I mean, I think we could all that we suspend disbelief during sci-fi shows when you hear the sound of a spaceship fly by in space, because you're not supposed to hear that. There's no sound in space, right? Okay, so they do that for entertainment value. Well, if we all agree, okay, the gun is going to sound a little less realistic, people, but just get over it because we don't want to have live rounds anywhere near a Hollywood set. I think we can handle that as an audience.
Oh, is this supposed to be like on Mars or something?
No, like I'm talking
I
about.
don't know. You said in space. What are you talking?
No, in space, when you hear a spaceship fly by and it's like, whoa, you're not supposed to hear that because you can't hear anything in space.
But I don't understand what it has to do with using a gun.
Because it's something that we all just understand that they have to do, otherwise the movie would be boring, right? So likewise with guns, we could say, okay, we know the sound of it because it's a special effect is going to not be realistic, but who cares? Don't have it live rounds anywhere near the Hollywood set, even if we as an audience have to suspend more disbelief. You know what I mean?
I can't tell the difference. I don't know.
That's precisely what I'm saying. It's like the average person's not going to even.
It's really real. So
I mean, before they ever used, charges like that, they
Captain
probably.
America's shield can really do that.
No, I'm saying before they had like blanks and all that, they probably just used somebody smacking a piece of metal or something. You know what I mean? In the background.
On a podcast like this. Yeah, I'm from Key West. Want to fight about it?
Nobody in Key West wants to fight, bro.
Yeah, go to Duval Street.
Is that like the only street in Key West?
It's the only street that matters.
Is that the one you can get up on a roof on that street and see both oceans?
You can definitely get up on something, big boy. So, going on 2 hours. Y'all still with us? It's getting late over there.
Yeah.
I've had a long ass day today.
I had to hit the work now.
Head to work?
I gotta go to work. I'm saying go to sleep so I can go to work in the morning.
Oh, okay. I was like, hold on a second. You be doing the graveyard shift.
Oh shit, I wish.
All right, well, nice show tonight. Thank everyone that was in the comments. Michael K, I know you always here. To a side. To a side. So I'll see y'all next Tuesday.
That's what's up.
Thank you, everyone.
Hands up. All right.
Have a Merry Christmas, and I'll see you before New Year's.
Peace.